Hi folks. It has been quite a bit of a controversy since people have been studying the Climax record, whether they started with just 7-inch or 7 and 10-inch from the beginning, and whether the embossed labels were 10-inch or 7-inch. Well, we know the 7-inch were embossed. And the 10-inch has been somewhat of a question, and they're much harder to find, but this is, for your information, an embossed 10-inch Climax. And of course you can see all the information is typed out here, and then in the middle of it all they plop the label. And this is probably within the first month of production. And it's very important in that regard. This is just the beginnings of the Climax record. And of course, initially they were embossed, but just perhaps maybe for a few weeks. And then, of course, they put the label right over the embossed label, which associated it with Columbia. If you notice in the previous thing, it doesn't mention Columbia at all, which always makes you wonder, was the Globe Record Company initially making Climax records for Columbia, or were they making Climax records initially for themselves? I'm pretty sure it was for Columbia right from the get-go, because of course the Globe Record Company was founded within the Burt Company to protect it from any kind of suits for making these records, which would be played on Columbia Records. So, of course, as far as I can see, it started for and would continue to be used for the purpose of manufacturing Climax records. Well, we're going to hear a very early, an extremely rare, embossed, labeled Climax record. You don't see these very much. I see the 7-inch embossed much more than I see the 10-inch. Now, I don't know whether in production numbers they made more 7 or they made more 10. Be interesting to note. Maybe somebody has this information. Maybe somebody knows this. Or maybe it's just a mystery to us all. It's played by the Climax band, who could be anyone, actually. Hager's orchestra played a lot of stuff for the Climax records, and it could very well be his orchestra. It's a very slow-moving record. It plays at about, I would say, right around 68 RPMs, and it seems to sound just about right there. So without further ado, let's listen to this very early, late summer, early fall recording of the Tell Overture, which it isn't the overture, it's just the finale for the Tell Overture, which of course for some folks of a certain age will remember being used for the Lone Ranger. This is the same piece. This is the piece they usually played whenever they did the Tell Overture anyway. So here we go, without further ado.